Hi there, I'm back this week with the second instalment of TC's Rules of Business. TC's second rule of business is treat your customers well and treat your staff better. And I suppose the most famous of the proponents of this is Richard Branson. Many others agree with this mantra as well. And I think probably the thing that we need to bear in mind is that it is it is our staff that are at the forefront of our client experience, our customer experience on an ongoing basis. And therefore, it's so important that our staff feel valued and they're going to then provide the best service possible and the best client interaction that they can on an ongoing basis. I guess the question is, what does treating your staff well look like? And I believe that there's probably a few components to this. And I think, probably primarily the first and foremost is listening to your staff, letting them understand that their opinion is valuable, because it is very valuable. We know that, all staff at all levels, big or small business, people who have arrived last week, often for me, that's the best. If they've arrived last week, if they're very new staff, they are seeing things from a very different perspective to what anyone else is within your organisation. I love to hear from the new, the young, the support staff, right through to the technical staff, because we are all seeing things from different perspectives with different backgrounds as to where we're coming from. And I think it's really important that we listen to that feedback from our staff. While it is important to listen to that feedback, and it's also important for the staff to understand that it will be taken on board and that every suggestion will be considered, it is important also to just keep them aware of the fact that for any number of reasons, not every suggestion is going to be implemented. Just to set those expectations and manage those expectations probably. Interestingly, I originally wrote this as an article back in 2017, and my second point was provide flexible working arrangements. I must have had some sort of premonition that there was going to be a pandemic 3 years later. So I suppose the most obvious one for that in today's working environment is providing work from home opportunities for relevant staff at relevant levels at appropriate times. And I think there's a whole other thing that needs to be explored there, which I might do perhaps next week. If a staff member on a particular day or on an ongoing basis needs to start late, finish late, start early, finish early because they have, some sort of commitment as a parent, there might be an assembly, some either sports training or athletics training or music or drama or art or any number of other fabulous things that we have to do as parents. If we're able to accommodate our staff in terms of that, as long as the work gets done, I think that's can really make people's lives easier at home. They potentially then not having to rely as heavily on other family members and other parents to assist. So I think that's a really important one there, not just from the work from home perspective. The third way is to pay your staff at or above market rates, and I think the old adage of pay peanuts and get monkeys is quite apt in this instance. All families are under financial pressure. It doesn't matter at what stage, at what level, whatever it might be, what salary level and whatever. All families face certain financial restrictions. And if we as business owners are able to remove, to an extent, that financial barrier and that financial requirement to perhaps chase the next dollar and the next job that offers another couple of dollars, then this is a great outcome, not only for our own business, but also for that staff member as well. There's going to be some pretty positive ramifications internally within your organisation and for your customers and clients if not any, excuse me, I shouldn't say that, but if some of the financial stress is removed. I think what's really important as well is set your standards high and be consistent. I do not apologise ever for setting standards high. I will not accept setting them any other way. I think we have to be realistic though and understand that sometimes not all those expectations are going to be quite met. However, if we have set high standards, even if we don't quite achieve them, they're still going to be very good. I think what's also really important is for us as business owners to lead by example. If we set these expectations and then just go and do whatever we want that suits us on the day, then that is not sending a good message throughout the organisation. And I think that's really important. I think being consistent and clear in your messaging around that, in your actions, is very, very important, and maintain that expectation of your staff on an ongoing basis. And I suppose that leads into our last, or my last point, which is provide feedback on a regular basis. And I think it's really important not to wait until formal meetings, until performance reviews, to provide some feedback. What I have always found myself personally receiving feedback, it's really good and worthwhile to get that feedback that is very specific to something that I've either done or not done, so that from then on I can understand, firstly, the example that's being made, I have a very strong recollection of what happened or what didn't happen. And I can also, from that day onwards, immediately implement my own internal changes. What do I need to do to avoid that happening again? Or what do I need to do that makes that happen again? Because I've received some positive reinforcement that is how we do things. That is what is expected. What do I do moving forward? If we wait till a performance review that might be 9 months down the track, the example that we have is then a distant memory for both yourself and the staff member. And there's also 9 months where we've lost the opportunity to improve. And I think that's a shame in everyone's case. I guess from my point of view, the long and the short of it is to actually care about your people. It is so important, and I think people who get furthest in life are the ones who actually do care about people and not just pay lip service to this, but actually genuinely care what their people are up to, care about their families, and ask with interest, what happens on the weekend. I believe that this is the most important overarching factor that is going to keep your staff happy. If they feel that they are important to you personally as the business owner, I think that is going to go a long way to keeping your staff happy. Again, TC's second rule of business, keep your customers happy. Treat your customers well, but treat your staff better. I'm TC, and that's my 2 cents.